Hello students, good evening all of you. So in this chapter we will discuss the Rutherford model of atom of the chapter structure of atom of class ninth. So before beginning this video, I would like to request you to subscribe our school channel so that you can get the notification of the new coming videos. So in Rutherford model of atom we will discuss the what was the experiment of the Rutherford, what were the conclusions, and how he make that conclusions. So let's start Rutherford model of atom. So Rutherford experiment means discovery of nucleus. The experiment of Rutherford finally results in the discovery of nucleus. Okay, so what is first before understanding the experiment done by the Rutherford, we must have to understand what is the alpha particle. So alpha particle, what is the alpha particle? Alpha particle is nothing but the helium 2 plus ion. Helium 2 plus ion means helium atom loosed loses its 2 electron and results in He plus 2 ion. He plus 2 ion is same as alpha particle. As we know that the atomic number of helium is 2 and the atomic mass of helium is 4 unit. So on when helium loses 2 electrons, then it is formed He2 plus ion. In the same way, alpha particle has the same configuration. So what Rutherford have done in his experiment? Rutherford has taken a thin gold foil, and created a bombarding of alpha particle on that gold foil. After that, he has observed something, some points he has observed, and based on those observations, he conclude that the center part of an atom consists of nucleus so it is the summary of this video. So now we will discuss it in explain. So Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment led to the discovery of a small positively charged nucleus, as we have discussed, which contained proton and neutrons. So experiment was when fast moving alpha particles are allowed to strike a thin gold foil of about a thin gold foil, it is found that when we bombarded when he bombarded alpha particles on the gold foil, then he found that most of the alpha particle does not change their path and passed away straight. It means it from this observation, Rutherford concluded that most of the part of the atom is hollow. फिर some of the alpha particles are deflected from their path by small angles, and about 1 out of every 12,000 particles appeared to rebound. Means out of 12,000 alpha particles, one alpha particle came back on its own path. These were the observation of the Rutherford gold foil experiment. No, now see the diagram. Here the yellow ray is the stream of alpha particle, and the yellow plate is the thin gold foil. When we bombarded these alpha particles on the gold foil, we can observe that many of the alpha particles goes straight through. It means that are atoms most of the space of the atom is hollow. Now Above and below those straight lines, we can see that some alpha particle are deflected by some angles, and in- and two alpha particle we can see that came back to their own path. So these the path of the alpha particle, their deflection and their rebound, the part is noticed their by the zinc sulfide screen, the ring that is known as photographic or luminant screen, that is zinc sulfide screen. Next point is, now what Thomson has suggested about the atomic model. We all know that we all studied in previous classes that Thomson suggested that the structure of atom is just like the positive cloud in the atom, positive cloud in the atom, just like watermelon. In the watermelon, the red edible part is just like the positive charge of the atom, and the black seeds are the electrons embedded in that positive charge. So if the Thomson model the will be was if the Thomson model would be the right model, then these alpha particles should go straight through. No alpha particle should deflect it from its path. If the Thomson model were correct, as we can see in the figure B, but what Rutherford has found in the figure C, that some particles are deflected and some particles goes straight through and very few particles rebound to their path. Okay, so from this observation, what Rutherford has concluded, this is the detail of the figure. You can read it. What are the conclusions of the Rutherford model? Conclusion were the conclusion were the positive charge of the atom occupies very little space, because we can see that only one alpha particle came back to its own path, means the positive charge in the center of atom is very small. The electrons revolve around the nucleus in circular path. The second conclusion, all the positive charge and the mass of the atom were concentrated in a very small volume at the center, which we called nucleus. The whole mass of the atom is located inside the nucleus. It shows the presence of nucleus in the atom. Most of the space in atom is empty. We have discussed. So some information about the nucleus. Nucleus of an atom is positively charged. We know that nucleus is positively charged, and outside the nucleus there are electrons which are negatively charged. Nucleus of an atom is very dense and hard because the volume is less, so it is very dense and hard. The size of the nucleus is very small compared to the size of atom. Okay, what was were the drawbacks of the Rutherford structure of atom? The major drawback of the structure of atom of Rutherford model was the stability of the atom. Rutherford suggested that the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Being the negatively charged, these revolving electrons will be attracted by the nucleus, as the nucleus is the positively charged. So in this way, we cannot assume the existence of atom, because the nucleus will attract the electron and electron will collide to the nucleus, and there will be no existence of atom. But we all know that atom is the stable entity. So Rutherford could not explain this drawback, and Rutherford could not explain this drawback, and thus this structure of atom was failed. These drawbacks, we can understand these drawbacks by another theory also, that is Maxwell electromagnetic theory. Maxwell suggested that when an accelerated charge particle is revolving, then it will continuously lose the energy. As it will continuously lose the energy, it will come closer and closer to the nucleus. And as the nucleus and electrons are having the opposite charge, they will attract each other, and finally electrons will collide to the nucleus. This is the complete explanation of drawback of the Rutherford model. So the Maxwell electromagnetic theory was the drawback of Rutherford model. Okay, so now we have understand the Rutherford model, goes through the diagrams, practice the diagrams, and practice the theories in this model, and observations and conclusions. So for the time being, thank you very much for your precious time. खुश रहिए. Good night. Thank you.